Okay, so this is recording also. So if you have any questions, you can always refer back to it. I'll just post it on the team page later this evening. So I wanted to talk to you guys about posting. So I know that we talk about it quite a bit, and I have done team calls on it before, but I think some things, just because social media changes all the time, that things need to be reiterated, and there's, it's just an opportunity to answer questions about posting on social media, when to post, what to post, stuff like that. So first of all, I want to talk to you. I mostly know Instagram, so I can talk about Instagram more than like say Facebook ads and stuff like that. I just started Snapchat, and I feel like that's gone really well too. I really like Snapchat because it gives people a really good idea of like what you do throughout the day, whereas Instagram is like little peeks into your life. Like Instagram doesn't show nearly as much as like Snapchat does. Anyways, so what to post. So based on Instagram, post things about you. Okay. So, don't post stock photos. This is what not to post real quick. Okay. Don't post stock photos. So pictures of like just the 21-day fix challenge pack. Don't just post that. Like, people come to you because they're there for you. They're not there to just buy the product, right? So I posted a saying by Simon Sinek the other day, or a few weeks ago. I think we were in San Antonio, and said that people aren't buying what you're selling, they're buying why you're selling it. So, when we post just stock photos, people are like, okay, that's cool. 21-day fix is on sale. Like, what are they going to do for me? So it sets you apart if you talk about 21-day fix. If you put, maybe a clip of you doing one of the workouts and talking about how challenging it is, or, posting before and after pictures of other challengers, because those pictures are available on the Team Empower page. So just make sure that you post pictures of somebody that or you, just your face holding up the 21-day fix package or whatever it is. Even if you post a picture of you giving a thumbs up, and then you post like a little collage of the stock photos or like the logos, that's okay. Just don't just post the stock photos, okay? Because that's very salesy. And we're not here to just sell stuff, we're here to like actually help people. So sometimes you'll get some traction with that just because like a friend of a friend that already knows you, trusts you, and they have talked to you about what you do. But very rarely will you actually get any traction with that with like other people that don't know what you're all about. So make sure that you post a picture of yourself with the stock photos or the logos or whatever. Just make sure it's an extra picture of a face with the product, okay? Not just the product itself. So things to post. Make sure you tell your story. I know I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. Over and over and over. Tell your story. We have a lot of different facets of stories. We can talk about, I'm just going to use myself, for example, because, I have a story. I can talk about like how I was bulimic in high school, or how fat I was in nursing school, and, all the stresses that came with stuff like that. Getting married at 19, there's so many different things that make us who we are, that we need to share that with people so that they get to know us, so that they feel comfortable interacting with us all the time, right? Because otherwise we're just, they feel like we're just another person to them, or so. So that's what to post. Post motivational stuff. Keep your page light and keep it fun, and don't post too many collage pictures. So when people go on Instagram and they look at your Instagram profile, they will get completely overwhelmed if they look at it and there's like, 9 collages in the first like 9 pictures, if they look at the first 3x3, then that's like collages of each one. It's just way too much. Okay. So break it up. Make sure that you put just like motivational posts, or just like a picture of food or something small in between all those little collages. Okay. It can be very overwhelming. We want to make it clean. Okay. Keep it fun. Keep it vibrant. I like to keep it vibrant. Some people like to keep it like cute and classy where it's all like kind of black and white. And I don't know, I think those are pretty to look at, but I like the vibrant and fun, and your vibe attracts your tribe. So, just post whatever in whatever fashion you want to as far as that goes, but just not too many collages and don't overwhelm people. Don't make it just quotes because people need to see your face. And not every post has to be about Beachbody. It can be about anything. If you took a walk, if you cleaned your house, whatever, it can be about anything. It doesn't have to be about Beachbody. If you want to talk to people, so we're first going to talk about challenge packs and what to post in regards to challenge packs. So everybody knows, right, the first of the month, or like the day, the 30th or 31st, whatever, Diamonds get an email that is the Diamond Insider, and it tells us what the challenge pack promotions are going to be for the next month. So then we just start, advertising it from there. And we want to talk our challenge groups up, right? We want them to have this super fun energy because that's what's going to keep people going. So, join my 3-week program, make sure that it sounds fun, it sounds appealing. Make sure that you tell them everything that they're going to get during those programs, or during your challenge group. Because then they'll just be like, well, what the heck's a challenge group? And then they won't ask because they won't at that point care enough to ask, they'll just be like, oh, okay, that's whatever a challenge group is. So just make sure that you break it down. And don't downplay oh, and you kind of get the Shakeology, and I know it's expensive, but don't ever say that Shakeology is expensive. When you break it down, it's $4 a serving. They're replacing it with a meal, that's the money they would spend on that meal. And they're not having to take multivitamins or anything like that because it's all in Shakeology. So they're actually not spending any more money. There's a couple of diagrams and there's things that help people kind of get through that because the initial sticker value it's definitely a sticker shock. But, don't, and then you can put the prices on your posts. I like to keep it quiet so that people can, when we create the conversation, I talk about everything that they're getting for the price, not oh, for $140 you can get this and this and this. When you say that, some people, so say my next 3 challengers are going, for my next 3 challengers that sign up for my next challenge group, when you order a challenge pack, you get Shakeology and this workout program for free. So I'm just going to use 22 Hardcore for an example because it's $140 this month, right? Normally a Shako is $130. So you say, you buy a challenge pack, you get Shakeology or you get the challenge pack, and then you get the 22 Hardcore for free. What you do is you either send them a $10 Visa gift card or offer them a gift card to any store they want, or you can just PayPal, friend send PayPal money to them. Just send them $10. I've done it before. It's worked, you get. That's one way. If you are at the end of the month and you're shoot, I'm only at Success Club 3, I only need one to sell one more challenge pack. It's actually a pretty good way to seal the deal because people love free stuff, right? And it's just $10, which we'll make $40 back in commission. So, it kind of works itself out. That's one way to entice challenge group sales by your posts. Okay. So make sure you talk about it. Make sure that you make it reality for people. I say in my 22 Hardcore videos, who doesn't have 20 minutes? You're literally sitting on the toilet right now, scrolling through Facebook, and you've been sitting there for 20 minutes, right? You could have been working out this whole time. And people are like, she's right. So, put that in perspective. Tell people, I've totally been in your shoes, They want you to relate to them. And they want to know that you understand and that you're just like they are. So don't be afraid to call people out on it and stuff. As far as coaching posts go, at some point you will get familiar and comfortable with doing coaching posts. I love it because I love the coaching opportunity. So I get extra passionate about it. You might feel that way about your challenge groups because you really love running challenge groups. It's whatever works for you. But the coaching posts, I always talk about how being a coach has changed my life. So I tell an aspect of my story, and then I turn it into, if it wasn't for Beachbody, I would still be 45 pounds heavier, or I would not have been consistent and I would have gained my 20 pounds back that I lost prior. Or, I just turn it into, thanks to Beachbody, I can travel and I can do these things, and they're tax, and that, like, a perk is that they're tax write-offs. There's a million different ways you can spin the coaching opportunity that not a lot of people have the opportunities that we do to, like, go to Nashville and go to Summit, or, the Success Club trip for next year and stuff. I mean, if you get on the waiting list, I'm on the waiting list. It's awful. I hate it. But, you could spin all these opportunities and they are legitimate. You're not, feeding them a bunch of stuff. If people want to work as hard as they want to for it, that's what they want, then, they can make it happen. If you ever talk about income, make sure you use the disclaimer. I will, after this, let me write a note. I will create a file with the disclaimer in it so you guys can just copy and paste it. Disclaimer file. It says something along the lines like, Beachbody does not determine the income of individual coaches, stuff like that. So don't be afraid to share that you make money as a Beachbody coach, because everybody wants to make money. And if the perk is like, you get paid for working out and helping other people with their journeys, and then, like, why the heck wouldn't you? You become happier, you become healthier, and you create an income doing it. It's amazing. It's an awesome opportunity. So shout it off the rooftops. So just make sure that you do the disclaimer if you talk about income. You can tell people, I enrolled my son in gymnastics class that I would not be able to do if it wasn't for my Beachbody income. Damn, people are like, that's so cool. I, really want to enroll my kid in swim lessons, but I'm not able to. Maybe if I was doing this, since I'm on a health journey anyways, there you go, So people understand the struggle, and they know how hard it is and expensive it is to raise kids and, have a family or whatever. And just make sure that you do the disclaimer if you talk about finances. Okay. And like I said, what to post your story, make sure your day is just relatable. No stock photos and days of the week. So you could do like Motivational Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Women Crush Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, all that stuff, so you could definitely run with it. That Instagram allows 30 hashtags per post. Try to stay away from hashtags that are Beachbody related. Okay. Hashtags of the workout programs, the hashtag Beachbody itself. You'd be surprised how many Beachbody coaches hashtags are mom of two. I'm guilty of it. If you look at my hashtag list, it says mom of two. I just haven't gotten around to altering it yet. Try to find 30 hashtags that describe you that has nothing to do with Beachbody. It's really hard because we're doing it for Beachbody, so it's hard to wrap our mind around that. But while you're doing stuff, throughout the day, you can that might be a hashtag that other people can relate to that aren't Beachbody coaches, but they're looking, I know that some of the other coaches on Team Fit Revolution, there's tons of coaches with PCOS on there. So I think they probably searched the hashtag PCOS and they, found each other and stuff. And so some of them have struggled with anxiety and depression and things like that. And that's kind of how they've met. So don't be surprised, if you're a single mom or, whatever, you can totally find hashtags for that and make that hashtag your own. Make sure, this is so important. When you do a post that is right? Major post. If you haven't read Jab, Jab, Right Hook, I highly recommend it. I'm telling you to do the little little posts like do stuff throughout your day, those are like the little jabs, right? And then you say like little stuff like, oh, here's my size workout like Lauren did today, and that's a jab. Okay. And then your right hook is your story. Your, I became a coach because of this and this and this. The challenge group saved my life because it started my health journey, stuff like that. That's your right hook. At the end of your right hook and at the end of your post that you want to deliver a message, you always end with a call to action. So what are you doing right now to change your life? What are you doing right now that's going to make a difference tomorrow? Are you living out your dream? Are you living out your life by design? If you aren't, email me. So make that a call to action is evoking an emotion and literally calling to action, or calling some kind of action to provoke people to make that step, make that step to make a change in their lives. Okay. Very important, because people read this whole story and they'll be like, oh my God, they're so motivational. They're so awesome. They're totally kicking ass at life. And then it's like, that's it. Like there's like, where do they go from there? Kind of like there's a cliffhanger and you leave them hanging. So make sure you end with that call to action. It just kind of like, it all encompasses everything you were trying to say, and it creates the point of your story. Now they know why you told your story. And then if they feel brave enough and if they're ready, they will email you if they like it. So I may have talked to some of you about this, but I'll just touch on it real quick. I no longer scroll through my Instagram. If I do, maybe it's just because I'm just whatever, have extra time, but I no longer scroll through my Instagram. I will reach out to people who have liked my pictures or who started following me, and I will tell them like, hey, thanks for following me. Thanks for liking me. And we will create conversations that way. Okay. So, yeah. And usually that's how most of my conversations have started for like the last month and a half or so. Geez. What else is there to talk about as far as posting? I will learn more about Facebook ads in a couple of weeks. If you watched my video earlier today, I'm doing one-on-one calls with Josh Coates that I highly recommend. If you guys can get into one of his trainings, I highly recommend it. He is amazing. He will take your business to the next level. I promise you that. And if you apply everything that he teaches you. But he's going to kind of give me a little rundown on Instagram or Facebook ads and why it's so important. I have heard it a million times. I've watched the team calls and I'm still like totally resistant to dropping my personal page and just going to my like page. So I think you guys know, I think I've talked to you about that it's kind of a struggle for me. But besides that, okay, so I will give you more information on Facebook ads the next time I talk to you. I may even make just a little video about it and put it on the team page just so you know. Like I said, Snapchat, dude, I snap the crap out of everything, so, but it shows like your humor, and I know you kind of get that across on Instagram, but Instagram is just a totally different platform than Snapchat. So yeah, you can do crazy stuff on Snapchat. People are like, oh, they're so funny. It's fine because it's just Snapchat. It only lasts for 24 hours. And you can kind of get a little crazy there and like be yourself a little bit more and be kind of goofy where you can't so much with Instagram. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to open it up for questions. So go ahead and unmute yourself if you have questions. Oh, and times a day. So the best time of day to do, the best time of the week, best time of day to do any kind of right hook punch is between 6 and like 9 p.m., like 6 to 10 p.m., depending on what time zone you're in. On Sunday nights specifically. Sunday nights are like everyone's on their downtime, they're waiting for Monday, they go back to work, they go back to school, whatever, and they're just scrolling through their phones watching Walking Dead, right? So that's what I'm doing anyways. And same with like during the week, you can still do your call to action posts, your right hook posts, the ones that have a message. Make sure you do those in the evening around the time that people are just sitting on their phones on the couch. Okay. I personally like to start off the day with like a motivational post. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but a lot of the Team Empower people do. I'm not sure if it really helps or not, but that's just something that I like to do. I think it kind of helps people just in general wake up and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna rock today. And then throughout the day, you just do your jabs. Okay. Workout video, what you ate for lunch, your Women Crush Wednesday, something like that. And then, yeah. So an awful time to post like a really good message, awful time is like 3:00 in the afternoon on like a Tuesday when everyone's picking their kid up from school and nobody's on social media because they have to go to like soccer practice and then dance and, all that crazy stuff that people have to do. So, yeah. I've actually made that mistake and then like deleted it and reposted it in the afternoon, like in the evening, and I get like 50 more likes or whatever. So it's true. What's up, Lauren?
Like that was one of my things was like today after I did my size workout, you got like I got like trickles of likes, like barely anything. But I also noticed most of my likes are like other Beachbody coaches or other, and it's like getting frustrating for me. Because like the other day I was searching hashtags like to relate to other people. And I think I found like one or two going through like, I think I searched like plus size, like clothing or something like that. And I found a couple people that I talked to that I like wrote down like when I talked to them and whatever. But like, it's frustrating for me that most of my likes are like already Beachbody coaches but I think maybe now, because you said that, it could be because I posted like size or Beachbody or, you know what I mean? So I don't, yeah. A different way to like get her.
I don't know why they like
That's been frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating. And it is because of the hashtags that you use, because that's what they're looking for. And somebody did that, don't waste your time talking to other Beachbody coaches. Like it just it sounds rude, but I mean it's true, right?
I know I don't want to be rude, but it's kind of like frustrating. It's like, okay, you go back to work and I'll go back to work.
Yeah, totally.
And then like I tried the Facebook ads, and here's a couple of things that I've learned. Like Facebook's really strict about body images. So 2 of my ads got denied already. But they did post like that I am a Beachbody coach. That's one thing that they will. But my photo is of me and my daughter. It's of my, so like it's a whole different thing.
Right.
So to see what they say about like people with body, because that's like
You're breaking up like a lot. I can hardly understand. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's sorry. All I heard
I don't know.
They accepted your ad with just your daughter. Yeah, they won't let you do like side by side. They won't let you do has profanity, they won't let you do it. I know that.
Well, yeah.
Like even shit. They won't let you do it because I had to change my but
yeah.
Yeah, they won't let you do side by side or transformation pictures because the body image thing. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
It's an ad though, like we're using it for the right purposes, but whatever.
Yeah.
Beachbody coaches, they will find you. I have tons following me, and I'm like, I guess they use you for inspiration for their posts. Some of them are just starting and they don't know, not necessarily to talk to other Beachbody coaches because it is. But yeah, just kind of think of other hashtags. Like I said, like crafty mom, because you do a lot of crafts and stuff, or things like that are unique to you. Try to find 30 of them.
Right. Okay. Okay. He's not changing it because I was kind of kidding. Oh, like
Uh-oh.
it's breaking out bad.
Yeah, I can hear you now. We're good now.
Okay. It was just kind of depressing. Like,
Yeah, and don't take it personally. Like you think, okay, so you get into this, and I remember telling Brittany this myself, like at our second one-on-one call. I was like, I didn't realize there were so many Beachbody coaches out there. I feel like they're nothing but Beachbody coaches on Instagram, or it works. Like they're all over. That's all.
right.
That's all that's on Instagram. No, and it's not that. It's because we are doing, hashtags for that. And because we
Yeah.
are a part of it, they are, kind of in our area or whatever. They're in our same demographic. And so that's why
Yeah.
the market is not saturated. I assure you that there are 400,000 Beachbody coaches and there are like hundreds of millions of people, right? So
True.
the odds are in our favor. You just have to keep reaching out to people who aren't Beachbody coaches. Some people that aren't even on a health journey, So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find more people ask me about Shakeology than the workouts. So I have a feeling I'm going to be selling a bunch of Shakeology at first.
That's okay. Just,
Like you know who's harder to sell to is my family for some reason.
Sure. Oh, for sure. They'll dig their heels in. They'll give you their opinions, and
Oh yeah.
like you just have to believe in yourself and believe in the business, and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
When people say, this is just something that I plug all the time when people are like, I just want Shakeology. I'm like, okay, well, but for $10 more, you can get a whole workout program.
I know.
Yeah. So just make sure you plug that. Okay.
Yeah.
Little bit of advice.
Well, yeah, because that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
it just totally makes sense. And then for us, I was gonna order some samples and some brochures. I was kind of bummed that when I got my package, like you don't get a Shakeology shaker too. It's kind of like.
it depends on which program you get. When
Oh.
Size first came out, they did have a size shaker bottle that they sent out. 21 Day Fix, 22 no 22 hard, 22 hardcore does. 22.
So it just depends on what the promo is then.
It depends on which program it is, because 21 Day Fix comes with a shaker bottle, even if you just buy the program. It doesn't even.
Okay. Did you start 22 hardcore yet?
No, I started on Monday.
Oh, okay. Okay. And can we like direct people to follow like other challenge groups? Like if they're really wanting to see what's going on with that?
What do you mean?
Like if you're having a challenge group for 22 hardcore and I have a friend that's interested, like shoot them that way. Can you do that? Like,
well, my challenge, my challenge groups are with two other, like with my success partners, with Charlene and Carla, and it's a mixed group. Our groups are always mixed groups because,
okay.
like, yeah, I'm promoting 22 hardcore, but I also have somebody else who bought 21 Day Fix that's going to be in it, and
Okay.
like that.
So it doesn't really matter if it's like specific as long as you're helping each other,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you need somewhere, if you have a challenger that you need placement for, you can always message on the Team Empower page.
Okay.
Or on Team Taking Action page too, because there's quite a few coaches who run their own challenge groups, and you can just say, hey, I have a challenger. And that way also you can help do like a few days or a week of the challenge group, and that kind of alleviates stress for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
that works.
say hi, say bye. Night night baby, go get Dada. Yeah, so yeah, that's one way to do it. If I don't have one coming up in like 3 weeks or whatever, then you can just ask anybody in the team pages and be like, hey, I have somebody that I need to throw in the group. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, that would be so great if you could help, like, just post for a week. And then you can just put them in there and check in with them, throughout the week and stuff like that yourself.
Okay. I've been intimidated by starting the challenge group because I don't really know how, I've never done one before. I YouTubed a couple, like, different Beachbody coaches, and they're like, I don't know if you've heard of, like, Micah Folsom or, like, who's Caleb somebody? I don't know.
Coach Caleb, we met him last year at Summit.
Oh, well, they had, like, different strategies and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do. Everybody has their own way of doing it, and they just came out with the Challenge Tracker app, so that just, like, throws a whole nother monkey wrench into the whole thing. All the scripts for challenge groups are on your Coach Online office.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's one way to start. I will add you to the challenge group that I'm doing with Carla and Charlani and everything. And if you have any challengers, you're more than welcome to add them too. We'll just be running it, and
okay.
We already have, like, our little system in place. But you're more than welcome. And I want my newer coaches to start, like, the first 2 challenge groups that you do. They can be with, like, me or whoever, but then we kind of want you to start, like, branching off and kind of doing your own. But I totally expect you to, for your first challenge group or your first challengers, for sure jump into ours. I don't want to, like, throw you to the wolves and like, that's not cool.
Yeah. Okay. That makes me feel better.
I'll add you on Monday, and then you can see 3 different people's perspectives too about how we
right.
So it'll be Charlani, Carla, and me. And yeah, you can see how we post.
Perfect. That works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does anybody have any other questions about what to post, when to post, content, times, anything? Anything like that? No?
No.
Well, I will go ahead and end the call, and then if anybody wants a one-on-one call or anything, just let me know. We will get one scheduled, okay?
Okay.
All right. I hope everybody has a good night.
Okay. Night.
Bye.
Bye.